on your side with breaking news and the Tri-State's most accurate forecast. This is Good Morning Tri-State.
A certified public accountant takes a closer look at the extension of Bush-era tax cuts. Just ahead, what that may mean for your family, if you could possibly get more money on your refund. We have the details you need to know coming up. This morning, we're going to take a closer look at the extension of the Bush-era tax cuts and what it means for you and your family. Certified public accountant Bill Hesch is here to run down the pros and possible cons over this whole deal. There's actually a real name to this. It's not just the Bush-era tax cuts being extended.
Well, they actually have named it the 2010 Tax Relief Act. And it's $800 billion of tax incentives that Congress passed in December. And Congress played Santa Claus. It helped everyone, individuals, businesses. The list is very numerous. We do want to highlight a few things, though, that is very good. That, in particular, we want to highlight the fact that in 2009, individuals will not have to pay the alternative minimum tax for 21 million taxpayers out there.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
They did the AMT patch, is what they call it. Secondly, we had there's a benefit that everybody gets beginning January 1, 2011. Your first paycheck, you're going to have a 2% raise. That the Social Security taxes have been reduced by 2%, and that'll go immediately into your into your check, so you won't have to pay extra Social Security taxes for 1 year, 2011.
Is there a certain salary range that runs into?
It's a salary range. Social Security taxes are paid up to $106,800. So if you have income over that, you only get a break of a little bit over $2,000.
Okay.
If you're self-employed, you also get a 2% break also on your self-employment income.
Oh, that's wonderful, though. That's going to be great for a lot of families, especially during these tough economic times, too.
Absolutely. And also we want to comment on business owners. They extended the bonus depreciation deduction this is for the purchase of new equipment. They extended it through the end of 2011. If you buy new equipment, you can write off 100% of the cost of the equipment. So it's intended to stimulate the economy, stimulate manufacturing, so businesses will go out and buy new equipment.
Oh, that is great for them, too, because a lot of businesses are struggling to stay above water, too.
Absolutely. The other thing I want to comment is the estate tax changes that were made. They're effective January 1, 2011, that if you die this year and next year, it was only a 2-year extension, you can have over $5 million before you have to pay estate taxes.
And that's going to actually help your relatives, your heirs that would get that money.
Absolutely. And if you're in a higher tax bracket, over $5 million, the estate tax rate was reduced from 55% down to 35%. Now, these changes for the estate tax are only good for 2 years.
Okay.
So you do need to keep up to date on changes over the next couple years. Congress is always changing things, so to speak.
And speaking of changing, too, a lot of people may not be able to use that software for their taxes because all of this is not necessarily part of what they had.
Exactly. And so beware. If you have off-the-shelf tax software, you need to make sure you have the current information that was passed in the middle of December. So you got to be very careful that you got up-to-date tax software before you do your tax return.
And you have some information too as well as far as people getting additional information, being able to get some details on all of this.
The changes are numerous, they're complex. There's a special 11-page tax briefing that a company, CCH, does the tax software for my business, and they have a website, www.cchgroup.com. If you click on there and you look into the latest tax legislation and click that on, it'll have a really good summary of the tax changes. Also, on my website, HeschCPA.com, we have an online tax planning guide that you can go into that website and you can get some ideas for tax planning for 2010 as well as 2011.
Okay, some great tips there. We really appreciate you sharing them with us too, Bill.
Sounds great. And also for CincinnatiLaw.tv for estate planning changes too.
Everything's covered.
We got our bases covered.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.